So that we have that brotherhood as U.S. Marines, and we have that brotherhood in our spirituality.
Most definitely, bro. Yeah. It is. It's a brotherhood, and it allows you to really, truly understand what is most important in your life, and it comes from your heart. You know, it's just unfortunate. A lot of people don't really understand. They keep their heart locked up. It's barricaded. It's got a key on it. It's like, who do you give the key to? They don't give the key to anybody. And then what they do is they allow all that anger, all that frustration, things that don't go their well, it starts to build up. And then it's essentially a bomb, you know, waiting to explode. I mean, that's one of the questions I get all the time is, you know, how do soldiers, you know, get out of the military or Marines get out, you know, and they go and kill people and they go and do things like that. And I said, first and foremost, they've not dealt with some heart things.
Yes.
That's the thing. It's not, I've had 18 concussions. I've got a TBI, okay, on the left side of my brain. I've had a lot of damage to my brain, okay, and it has caused me to not sleep well. It's caused me to have some bad nightmares. It's caused me to, you know, do some things that I typically wouldn't do because I was not really conscious, as in crawling up under the floor and hiding and doing other foolish things like that when you're supposed to be asleep. But
Donnie, let me stop you for a second. Don't say foolish. Don't say that, because it's not foolish. It's you know, that's trauma that you've experienced, you know, and I have my own forms of that I struggle with as well. And I also had to learn to not call it foolish or weakness or being stupid. It's trauma that it's actually, we should consider ourselves blessed. Mm-hmm. That we haven't completely folded under from that type of trauma. So I love you too much. I love you too much to let you say that anything you do is foolish. Thank so I got you, brother. I got you.
You're right. But you're right. Being blessed beyond words. But there's so many people that really
it's a heavy load. It's a heavy load, and not everybody knows how to carry it. And some people carry it by trying to be hard. I saw this as a police officer. As you know, I was a cop for 7 years after the Marines. When I was finishing the Marines, I drove a truck for 18 months, you know, to think, get my head together, figure out what I want to do. And then I became a police officer. And I saw so many times and we see it today in the news. I think a lot of the issues that are out there, the negative issues that are out there among police officers, it comes from them holding too much in. They try to man up, and you got to man up. You know, you got to toughen up, but you also need to talk. You also need to unload, deload, if you will, if we can use a powerlifting term. And I think the testament is here you are, and you're functioning, and you're furthering your strength career, if you will. And the fact that you're able to do that says a lot. It's a testament to how you've dealt with these things. You know, you have moments of, you know, whatever, you know, with I don't know, flashbacks or PTSD and whatnot, but you're handling it obviously because you're functional. Mm-hmm. So that's a testament to your strength, right?
It is. And I can tell you, you know, it took me a lot of time and due diligence to find the right counselor, you know, that was in line with what I needed. And versus not just having an agenda and trying to hurry up and get you out so we can get the next block, and you treat it like an assembly line. I went through that for about 4 years before God laid upon my heart the right person. And I spent about 2.5 years with that one person, you know. So
you found the one that you could relate to, the one that understood.
That's where and it made the most impact of dealing with the trauma in my life. So that I could be, you know, not only a better coach, but be a better father and a better husband, you know, which in turn is going to allow my family to prosper and not handcuff them.
There you go.
Restrictions, you know what I mean?
You're doing what you have to do to be in the best possible position of strength to be a leader for your family and be the man that you need to be for your family. Mm-hmm. And again, it says a lot about your strength that you're actually doing something about that, because not everybody does. I've seen so many police officers with issues and they choose not to deal with it, and all it does is end up in chaos and in pain, sometimes death. They take their own lives, and it's all because they don't even attempt to deal with it. There was no such thing as counselors among the people I worked with back in my day. There was no counseling. People just didn't do that.
Yeah.
You know, so It's a testament to your strength that you do. It's a testament to your strength and your humility. Again, your humbleness that you talk about this, because not a lot of people are willing to talk to it.
No, a lot of people's not. But at the end of the day, it's just like you talked about loosely earlier. Is you have to open that mold up.
Yeah.
You have to come out of that shell, and you have to allow yourself to be transparent as often as you can. If you can do that more often, it does not become something that's a barrier no more in your life. It can become something that's positive. It can be something to encourage somebody else to maybe get some help for them. And you didn't even know trying to help in that conversation, but because it came up and it was an honest, truthful conversation, that's what people deserve. They deserve the truth. They deserve to know that, hey, you've been through trials and testaments too, and what have you done in them? Again, a lot of people, like you said, is going to kind of be close hold, and they're going to essentially say, I didn't do anything, or I took these drugs, or I did that, and I'm still dealing with it. I'm good.
Well, I tell you, prayer and a good mentor or a good counselor will solve a lot. It will solve a lot. And I'm so glad you talk about this, because like I told you, that's the main reason I do this podcast, is to have these kind of conversations. And I hope and pray that people can take something out of these conversations and further their lives and strengthen their lives. So I give you the thumbs up, brother, for even talking about it, because a lot of people won't do it. A lot of people won't do it.
Thank you so much.
I